to Facebook Friday.
Start over.
Oh.
Hey guys, welcome. Sorry, our countdown's not as loud as it used to be, and we got to learn how to work with that. You know, it's part of the technical podcast.
Anyway, welcome to Facebook Friday. First, let's start out by wishing a happy birthday to our very own Melissa, who, as we speak, is down in Disney enjoying a birthday dinner.
Happy birthday, Melissa!
Dear Melissa, why didn't we get an invite?
And happy birthday, Chase.
Yes,
and happy birthday, Chase.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yes.
but Chase's birthday was like 2 days ago.
Oh, okay. Still, happy birthday, Chase.
Yes, we'll spare you the singing. We won't sing.
Yes. And today we've got an extra spooky Facebook Friday for you. Because we're going to be talking about Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, one of the special ticket events that you can go to at Walt Disney World. And do they have that at Disneyland?
Mickey's Not So Scary, yes.
Okay.
They don't have,
Very Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
No problem. Holly's figuring out the sharing and whatnot.
It's not letting me share.
And you might wonder why we're doing this in August, but actually, believe it or not, tonight is the very first Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party of 2017.
Yeah,
so.
they expanded it because normally it runs from September to the first week of November.
Well, this year it's going to November 1st.
Okay, November 1st.
Yes.
But they decided that they could get more people in if they started it sooner. So last year we went on the first one, which was like the first day of September or something like that. And this year they're a week earlier.
Yep.
How we doing?
I was just trying to share it to my business page, and it's not letting me do that. So I'll just post it there after the fact.
Okay,
so
that's fine.
But everything's rolling. Everything looks good so far. So you know.
Hi, Leah.
We'll see. So, actually, to start off our podcast, I got a question right before we came on the show that I'm actually not 100% sure the answer. And being dining plan guru, I'm hoping that you might know the answer.
Okay.
Can a rum Dole Whip be purchased with a snack credit?
I'm going to guess. This is a guess. No.
I was guessing yes. Okay.
Because the only reason I'm saying is because with the new dining plan, 2018 dining plan, with alcohol, it's got to be with a meal.
Right, and that was specific. Like that was the only time because you
Right.
can't use snack credits on food and wine alcohol. Correct. If anybody knows the answer, if you wouldn't mind chiming in the comments, that'd be great.
Yep.
Then I can reply to John.
Oh,
yo. I thought you said no. I was like, oh, is that the answer? Okay. All right, so on to the real news.
Again, it's just a guess.
Yeah.
But,
It's, I mean, because it's a good try.
Because no alcohol at all.
Oh, yeah, that's what Leah's just saying.
Yeah,
no alcohol on Disney Dining Plan until 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would, if I had
So,
to
John,
guess,
if you're
I'd
watching, we got to go with no. If not, I'll message you back after the show.
Yeah.
But try.
I was going to say, it never hurts to ask.
You know, you could hit a cast member that doesn't know any better. This is like low.
Or you could buy a Dole Whip and add your own rum.
You can't
Take rum into the parks
Just saying.
in your pocket in a small container.
Oh my
That's
word.
not metal.
You can't do that, seriously. Disney security will beat you down and steal your rum because they want
gosh.
it.
So what do we have for news today?
News!
Yes.
What do you have?
I
have any news?
No.
I have a lot of news.
Well, I mean, there was...
I don't have anything really that profound, but we have a couple news items. First, Bill Nye the Science Guy is suing Disney for $37 million. Or over $37 million. I think he's actually suing them for like $9.5 million or something. Or $9.5 billion. It's a lot of money that he probably isn't actually entitled to. So we'll see how the Disney army of lawyers puts him through the meat grinder. That should be interesting. It was really fun. The internet was speculating, oh, that's why they actually shut down Universe of Energy because Bill Nye is going after Disney. It's like, no, probably not.
It was a good try, though.
Yeah. Candlelight Processional got some updated guests this week.
Yes.
And actually there were some that were apparently previously confirmed that I didn't realize. So the updated guests were Whoopi Goldberg, Chandra Wilson. I don't know this person.
I don't either.
She scored the Christmas time slot. I have no idea who she is.
I forgot to Google her.
I know, right? By the way,
Anybody knows who she is.
I'm the most pop culture illiterate person on the planet, so that's probably why. She's probably some fabulous singing artist of this generation that I don't know about. Yeah, I don't know. It's not working, the sharing
Well, if it makes
thing.
you feel any better, the only person I did recognize was Whoopi. So
Yeah, Warwick Davis, I think, just got added
Yes.
this week, and he was
Chandra Wilson is apparently from Grey's Anatomy. Thank you, Leah.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Honorary Magic Shores travel.
I know, right? So,
Warwick Davis?
Willow.
Was... Pretty sure?
Willow?
Wasn't he
No,
Willow?
he's in Star Wars. He's like an Ewok or something. Like the voice of an Ewok.
He was an actual Ewok, I'm pretty sure.
He was an actual Ewok.
And I'm pretty sure he was also in Willow.
He's a fuzzy teddy bear. So I'm sure he'll do a dandy job. One that I didn't realize that is hosting, and I was actually kind of excited about this, Pat Sajak.
Oh, really?
Yes, December 4th and 5th. I was like, wait, clear the calendar. Emergency trip to Disney.
Wait, what day?
December 4th and 5th. Will you still be there?
The 4th?
No way! You'll be there in the evening on the 4th?
Not at Epcot.
Change your plans.
It's the Magic Kingdom Day.
You didn't do your passes yet. You can still do it.
It's Magic
It'll
Kingdom
work.
Day.
Yeah,
But I did my dining.
It'll work. You
Warwick
can see
Davis
the
is
Sajak.
Wicket from Star Wars and Willow from Willow, and he's been in a whole bunch of other stuff.
Okay.
Ben knows.
I knew it said something about Ewoks, and I was like, okay, yeah, Ben will understand that.
Yeah, he's like the one Ewok that got a personality. The one
Oh,
that
okay.
befriended Princess Leia, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, all right. Okay, so that was that guy. He's gonna read about Jesus. It'll be nice. So, Mission Breakout at California Adventure, Disney's California Adventure, is getting a Halloween overlay. It will be Mission Breakout Monsters After Dark.
Oh, is this the one you rescue Baby Groot? You have to like.
Oh,
I think you have to.
rescuing?
I think you have to go and save
We must
Baby
go
Groot.
immediately. To help Baby Groot.
Yes, I think you have to find him.
Yeah.
Help find him.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's dear. I love it.
I assume before he hurts someone, because I've seen Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Some guy lost a toe.
Oh.
Not in the ride, but the movie.
Speaking of critters and creatures, there were 2 new Sumatran tigers born in animal kingdom.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
All of the feels.
That's
So
true.
cute.
We like cats
Yeah.
Big or small.
Especially big, ginormous cats.
that are actually tiny at the moment.
Yeah. Mobile ordering has expanded to 15 restaurants on property. So,
And speaking of that too, if you have not downloaded your new My
Yes.
Disney Experience app,
check it out.
check it out.
It's cool.
Yeah, you can do your mobile ordering, and now you can see the countdown
Of your dining
of
credits.
all of your dining credits.
Oh.
Hallelujah. Friggin' Luya.
Yes.
Like,
Yes,
how
it's
awesome
great.
is that?
I mean, you could still check every time you set down your receipt, but
Does it show you everything that's linked on your band? Like, so can you see how much money you've spent at Disney?
Oh, God, I hope not.
I feel like they're never going to give us the ability to do that.
No,
but I'd like
no.
I'd love to be able to log into my Disney experience and be like, okay, I'm at $6,000. I need to stop. It's
Serene.
never gotten that bad, I swear.
So yeah, it's really, really cool. A great added bonus
Yeah, that sounds really
to My Disney
yeah.
Experience.
That's
And-
actually better than the new mobile ordering thing. Because
Yeah,
that's just still, like, the whole logistics of the mobile ordering, I'm just like, I'm not even going to use it. It sounds complicated. I don't feel like it.
Until they start using the dining plan with
Right.
the mobile ordering,
It's kind of useless.
I'm not going to be able. Well, not to say I'm not going to be able to, but
Yeah.
I don't have interest, I
wouldn't
guess,
bother.
in trying it
Right.
yet. So we'll see.
Also new around the world this week, the soap dispensers have appeared at Port Orleans Riverside. Yeah. So no more individual bottles of H2O
yeah.
supplies. They're
Yes.
running the test. It's at Port Orleans. I think it's
Okay.
just Riverside. I don't think they've expanded it to French Quarter. Feedback so far that I've heard has not been good.
Yes.
People were very upset about it. Here's my thing.
Stop by for complimentary pitchforks, Angry Mob.
Here's my thing, though. Cruise line has been doing this forever. Like, this is just how cruises operate.
Yeah.
So you'll go on a cruise, and you'll use the shampoo dispenser. You'll go to your local gym and use the shampoo and dispenser. And there, the shampoo and the body wash are all the same stuff. And they're God knows what they put in there. Nobody's got a problem with that, right? I've never heard anybody gripe about it in any other setting. Now, all of a sudden, because it's at a Disney resort, it's like, really?
Well, it's free Disney memorabilia.
I guess, but All right.
I mean, are you telling me we don't have Mickey-shaped soap upstairs?
Oh, we totally steal them. I mean,
that
I'm
we
not
don't
even gonna,
that we don't use because
Disney, we
you
steal
don't
your
use
soap.
the Disney soap. Don't use the Disney
You
soap.
can't use the Disney soap. We're saving it for special occasion.
Is this okay?
Is that special occasion washing my hands? Because
My question is it the same shampoo?
So far.
Okay.
So
Because it's
far,
pretty awesome shampoo.
So far,
That's true. It is.
Well,
the shampoo is
and the
really
formula is different at the value resorts
It
and
is.
the deluxe resorts.
It is.
So yeah,
yes, there's a class system.
there is. If
Pay to
you're
win.
yes, if you're paying for a deluxe resort, you are getting deluxe shampoo as well. So just keep that in mind when you're pricing.
Yes.
Or we're pricing for you, I should say. Also, ABD save $700 on a Danube River cruise. Whoo! Give us a call. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
I was very torn. We almost booked one this year or for next year, but yeah, dates didn't work out for us. So maybe they work out for you.
I've never heard someone go on one of those and be like, I don't think I'll ever do it again.
Yeah, but $700 off. I mean, yeah, it's an expensive
sweet.
trip, but you know, I put $700 back in my pocket.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
You know. Speaking of Adventures by Disney, New York City itineraries for 2018. I'm very upset about this.
Uh-oh.
But I'm not.
They're swapping the Disney's Broadway show, seeing Aladdin, for seeing Frozen.
See, I like Frozen.
Now you see,
I'm pretty mad.
guys, here's the thing. You get to hear about that for the next 45 minutes. I'm going to hear about it.
For the next 45 days.
Like, it's going to be real bad. Real bad. I didn't see Zootopia for over a year because Holly was boycotting it.
And why was I boycotting it? Because they took One Man's Dream, they took the movie at the end of the attraction out and put the Zootopia preview in there, and I was mad.
Now, see, I stepped into that one. I knew that was going to happen. So.
I have to bring it back up.
Amy's like, we just got past that.
Come on.
We just got over it. I will say though, I did finally see Zootopia, and I really love it.
Isn't
It's
it
adorable.
cute?
I love the music.
Yes.
I've listened to Try Everything on repeat in my car for like 2 weeks.
It definitely wasn't the first song that you blared out in the new car as
No,
loud as
definitely
possible.
not. Yeah, the guy at the Subaru dealership was like, "Oh my god,
What have
you're
I
those
done?"
people?" He's like sitting in the back seat, and I'm like, "Yeah, Shakira."
Oh, man, I'm glad I'm taking this lady on a test drive and don't actually know her. We got any more news?
That's it for news. News, I said, news. I mean, there are a lot of things, but nothing was like really earth-shattering or that exciting.
Or confirmed.
No, I mean, everything.
No,
was-
I mean, I'm saying like
Yeah.
always rumors flying around.
Oh yeah,
so.
there are rumors all over the place, but we try our best to not
Only report
them.
news.
Or if they're a rumor, we'll tell you. You know, if it's a rumor we're excited about, we'll talk about it. But
Because we're excited.
right, but we don't want to. We don't want you to think it's gospel truth.
And also,
So-
I don't like to jinx it, because if it's
Right.
really exciting,
I know, right?
and,
Yeah, for
Although some of the stuff for Galaxy's Edge was up, wasn't it? There's a big metal framework up at the
oh,
park.
actually, yeah, I heard that they finished something.
good.
They finished something at Star Wars Land. It was either this week or late last week. Do you remember? Did you hear it?
We're gonna
No?
allocate 5 minutes of this cast. If I'm gonna be on this cast every Friday, I'm gonna allocate 5 minutes
Ben's gonna
to
do the
Star
Star
Wars
Wars
things
report.
happening, movies,
Yeah.
stuff, all that stuff. Star Wars report coming your way.
I know we're soon gonna have to take off special guest appearance and be like, normal appearance by Ben.
No.
And Star Wars specialist.
If
Yes!
Star Wars specialist.
I was gonna say, don't make me anything official because then Jeff's my boss and I've got too many bosses already. Yeah. Hi, Carrie. So, speaking of things we're excited about, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party.
So it's August 25th,
Yep.
right?
Yes,
Today.
correct, yes.
And it's Halloween.
Yes.
Wait, what?
It is if you're in Disney.
Yeah. So, now Melissa is boycotting
Jessica.
the August Mickey's Not So Scary. They are not going to the Halloween party tonight.
Is she on the dining plan? Can she investigate the rum Dole Whip for us?
Oh, yeah. Melissa, since you're on the ground, boots on the ground, we need you to go to Animal Kingdom for us.
This is important research.
So, anyway, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party does start tonight. And we do have some information on some of the things that are going to be happening this year, so we thought we'd share that with you. And also talk about the party in general. I don't know about you, but a question I get asked all the time is it worth it, the money, to go to Mickey's Not So Scary? Because it's not a cheap ticket.
It starts at
$74?
$74 for adults, and the price does fluctuate.
And that's today.
Right.
Today, like the August dates and like the first 2 weeks of September are $74.
And I think Halloween night
Is
I
like
think
100
it's 115. I think
That sounds about right. I
115.
would say 105, 115, something like that.
And children start at $69 and then gradually go up.
Right, and they're basically like $5 less than whatever the adult ticket is the child's ticket. So especially if you are traveling with a family with lots of children, particularly if they're children that are going to fall asleep during the party, I definitely understand where people are concerned about whether or not they're going to get their money's worth out of that ticket.
Right, and mentioning that, the party actually technically runs from 7 o'clock until midnight, but you are allowed in the park at 4 o'clock p.m. So
without needing a park ticket.
Correct. Yes.
So that's like the pre-entry thing. You're going to get your wristband, get in there, they get you your initial treat bag. You can actually go on rides. You can grab some dinner. You can, whatever, get in line for a character meet and greet.
Right.
In those first 3 hours, but nothing official with the party happens until 7 o'clock.
Correct.
At
Yes.
7 o'clock, they go through and they kick out all the people who don't have wristbands. You actually get a physical wristband.
And it's actually kind of a cool thing to watch happen. Like if you're at a point where you can, but it's just neat to watch how Disney like pushes through the crowd and is like, see ya. No wristband, out. Bye-bye. Have a magical day.
Leah's saying that Jack and Sally started meeting guests at 5:15 today.
Did they really?
Wow.
Confirmed via Twitter. Also,
we were in line for Jack and Sally one year, and we got in line at like 4:30, and they started at 6:30. And it was like I was pretty excited because we were a half hour early. I can't believe they started at 5:15.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because their line is always the long. I mean, it's is to be expected. I mean, it's literally the only time you can meet them is during the Halloween parade or the Christmas or the party and the Christmas party, and they're dressed different for both. So it's like a big bucket list item for people that really like the parties.
Right.
Yep.
And I think before we even go any further, I think it's very, very important to say that you need to definitely have a plan of attack at this party because, and also get it, I would think, through your mind that you're not going to meet every character and you're not going to get through the entire park. Believe it or not, even with less crowds,
You won't even come close.
It's not going to happen.
Yep.
I would probably maybe 3 characters, depending on which characters they are.
Yeah.
And how early you get in line.
Exactly.
Our best at a party has probably been 4 characters.
Oh, wow, that's really good.
But we ride no rides during the party. We only do whatever free food is available and the characters and merchandise and the shows.
Okay.
Merchandise.
Largely merchandise. Sometimes the merchandise is available early, before 7 o'clock. Like sometimes if you show your band, you can get in and get, like, I'm going to get the pins. And a lot of times you can get those at like 6 o'clock.
Yeah. And that's usually at Big Top Souvenirs.
It's Big Top Souvenirs. It's the Emporium on Main Street. And they actually added a couple new locations this year.
Oh.
Oh, and Frontier, the place in Frontierland that sells the pins.
Frontier Pin Traders?
It might be, yeah.
Okay.
The place over there. There we go. But other merchandise locations this year are Castle Couture in Fantasyland behind the castle and Mickey Star Traders. So a couple different options.
Well,
They
that's
spread the
good.
merchandise out a little bit, which is nice.
Because the lines are ridiculous.
Oh my gosh, the line at Big Top Souvenirs, we waited, 45 minutes last year?
We met some very nice people in line,
Yeah.
but it was definitely a long, long wait.
And it was before 7 o'clock, so we didn't waste our actual official party time. That was our game plan. Get in, get merchandise before 7, be in line for a character meet and greet by 6:30 at the latest.
And if you're wondering, because I am new to this party idea, if you're wondering what they're talking about merchandise, it is select merchandise that is only available
At the party.
At the party.
Yeah.
I have heard of people who have maybe forgotten to pick up a pin or something like that and gone back to Magic Kingdom during regular park hours. They had
With
to
their, prove that they had a ticket that
had
night.
to show proof that they had park tickets and they were able to get a pin or whatever they wanted to bring home with them. But it's serious. Like,
Yeah. Oh, it definitely is.
Hi, Howard. Hi, Laura. Hi,
And
Linda.
they're usually, there are standalone pins for each party, and this is for both Halloween and Christmas. And there's usually a t-shirt or 2 or 5 different designs for each party. And then there's a pin set that's like a framed set, and it'll have all the ones that are available individually plus 1 extra pin that you can only get if you buy the set.
Yep.
So, like, one year, the only year I did it was the year it came in like a paper pumpkin case, so it's like a pumpkin on each side and then a square box case in the middle. They've since gone to, like, I think that one was like $80 or something. I know, right? I'm insane.
Wow.
They're now, like, last year I didn't even look at it because I want to say it was like $150, and I was like, no, you've crossed the line of ridiculous now.
You found her limit,
Like,
Disney. Congratulations.
So I did pick up a couple of the others, but none of them will be as valuable as my pumpkin pins. They also will do some that are like a holiday release that are sold at the party, but they're not actually the official party pins. So if it is something that you're interested in getting and trying to get something that's a little bit more exclusive, just really pay attention to what's where and make sure that you're getting what you're expecting.
Oh, Leah was bringing up that there are special Halloween Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom cards.
Yes.
Apparently, it is Country Bears this year.
Yep. And you can often get those like just after 4 o'clock if you just show your wristband.
Yep.
So that's usually not something that you have to wait till the party actually
Hi,
starts.
Vicky.
So, okay, how to tackle this the most logically. So the big things are, let's go through the elements of the party. First of all, we've talked about merchandise is a big element, believe it or not. Character meet and greets are a big element.
Mm-hmm.
Trick-or-treating at the Halloween party is huge.
Trick-or-treating.
And then interactive shows. There's a dance party. That's really the only one that's interactive, I guess. There's a stage show, there's a parade, and there's fireworks.
Right.
Yes.
So those are the things that are happening in addition to select rides being open.
And some dining too.
Some dining, pretty limited dining.
Quick services
pretty...
seems to be okay, but the only table service, at least for this year, is going to be Cinderella's Royal Table.
Oh.
Be Our Guest. And
I didn't look down the list yet.
Crystal Palace.
I mean, is it like 3 out of the 4 table services in Magic Kingdom?
Well,
so I guess...
Liberty Tree's closed.
Oh, that's true.
Tony's
All right,
is
fair
closed.
enough.
Okay, 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
Are there other ones?
And Pinocchio's is closed because it's actually a trick or treat spot.
Oh, it's a trick or treat spot. Yeah.
So just be careful.
Don't go expecting that you're going to be able to go to any restaurant you want.
Cosmic Race is a.
Cosmic Race is always out there.
Is it dance party?
No, it's a trick or treat spot.
Ah.
Oh, they took the. See, they used to have the Chippendale dance party in there, and that was really cute.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah, and they had at the Diamond Horseshoe one year they had a villains dance party. Yeah, and they got rid of it. It was Dr. Facilier and Cruella de Vil.
Oh my.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
really neat.
it was really cool. I really liked that one a lot. I was
great.
kind of bummed that they got rid of that.
And that's one thing to remember about the Halloween party and the Christmas party is that they are always changing them up and trying new things.
So just because you've been before doesn't mean you shouldn't go back. Now, if you go every single year and you go to 2 or 3 parties a year, you're probably going to get to the point where you're like, it's kind of stale, been there, done that, because it's like anything that you repeat too many times, it starts to lose its magic.
Yep.
So, back to having a plan.
Yeah. As we have for the show.
I have read, so I just want to get your opinion. I've read to do characters first, trick or treat last.
Yes.
Do you agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that cast members are very generous with the candy at the end of the
night.
evening.
Yep.
Especially if it's raining.
At the beginning of the night, it's the handfuls are like this. At the end of the night, they're like this.
Oh my gosh.
Get the candy out of here. We got a quota we got to get through tonight.
Right.
Yeah.
Jessica, yes, there's only trick or treating during the party.
Yes.
Yeah, so that doesn't start until 7.
Yeah, it's they don't have it out beforehand.
Yeah.
Okay, so shall we start with characters?
Let's start with characters.
Since we're going to start the party with characters.
Right.
We're going to do
So,
characters and then trick or
unfortunately, we can't tell you where all the characters are for this year because they move around a little bit every year, and all they'll tell you on the party map, which is all we have access to right now.
But which you also have access to online.
Right.
Yes.
Which is where the character meet and greet locations are. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Hi, Howard.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There are 18 character meet and greets at Magic Kingdom this year.
Can we talk about who was there last year?
Absolutely. Jack Skellington and Sally are huge mainstays. So that's like probably numero uno if you're looking for rare characters that you can meet here. Oh yeah. Okay, let's go there next. Yeah.
I was going to say all 7 dwarfs.
All 7 dwarfs.
At one time.
Yep. The only time you can find them is Christmas party and Halloween party. So if you're into meeting rare characters, you got to get yourself a party ticket. Get down there in the fall, get a party ticket.
And again, I mean, obviously we don't know for sure yet this year
that they're there, but they have been there for years.
Yep.
So I can't imagine that they're going to go away. Special for this year, what I heard, like I said, can't confirm because the party didn't actually happen yet, but Moana is meeting during the party, and Prince Eric is meeting with Ariel during the party. So,
Fun.
yeah.
I didn't hear about it.
Oh, I did hear who was going away, and I can't remember now. Because they took 2 out in place of them. I want to say one was Snow White,
Okay.
which honestly, big deal, because you can meet Snow White
You can see
anytime, so
her,
who
yep.
cares?
And she's not with the Seven Dwarfs anyway, so.
Right, she's separate.
Yeah.
She always was separate.
Was it a princess? Or
Gosh, I can't remember who the other one was. It wasn't anybody that I was like, oh! You know?
Okay.
So, it was fine.
Jack Sparrow.
Kenny the Pirate
Yes.
confirmed Moana. So yeah.
Yeah, but did he confirm it tonight? Since the party started? Like an hour and a half ago?
He's probably there.
Yeah, that's where I read it this morning, but
Okay.
Yeah, but I didn't. Since he hadn't actually been there, I was like, okay, you can't say for sure till you actually show up and she's there.
Yeah.
Who else has been there in the past? Who else did we meet last year?
Were Darkwing and Launchpad there?
No, that was that was the DVC party.
Okay.
So one that I would particularly like to see.
Oh, Amy's got it all written down.
Aladdin with Jasmine, Jafar, and the genie and Abu.
Yeah.
Possibly.
I didn't see Jafar last year,
but
the genie and Abu were there for sure.
From what I understand, that they kind of swapped them out every now and then. So
yeah.
you might not see
So
all
you
four
would-
at the same time.
Right, and you would just get in line, and just whoever happened to be out by
Right.
the time you got up there would
Right.
be who you met. So it was kind of luck of the draw, and there really wasn't any way to time it because they were only staying out for like 20 minutes. You really can't judge how long the line's going to
Right.
take. So.
One year we hit the Queen of Hearts. And,
We did. That was during the Halloween party. Somebody was across from her.
Was the king also there, or was it the playing cards? Mad Hatter.
It was the White Rabbit.
White Rabbit. That's who it was.
Nice.
White Rabbit.
Yep.
Cruella de Vil has been there.
Yeah.
Was there last year.
Classic characters are there in their Halloween costumes, which is
Leah
really
got
fun.
to meet Jafar.
You did get to
Oh,
meet
I'm
Jafar?
so jealous, Leah. Jealous. Belle and Gaston, which you can meet them.
Okay. Right. But a lot of times the princes are with their princesses,
Okay.
too, during the parties. So that's kind of nice because you don't get to see that very often.
Right. Winnie the Pooh and his crew. So you wouldn't have to do Crystal Palace to see Piglet and Eeyore. So that's pretty cool. Mickey in Town Hall at 7 o'clock will start to wear his Halloween costume.
Ah, nice.
So even though you're seeing Mickey
I wonder if he still talks.
I don't know. Even though you're seeing Mickey that day, possibly with a regular ticket,
It's worth going back.
It's going back. Yes, exactly. Worth going back to see him in his Halloween attire. That's pretty cool.
But definitely pick like 3,
Right.
maybe 4 characters. And the ones that are going to be the most popular are Jack and Sally and the Seven Dwarfs, just because they're so limited and they're ones that people really want to meet. So.
And like Holly and Ben said, if you're there early, get in line at 4:30
Right.
to see either the Seven Dwarfs or
Right.
Jack and Sally, if that's a priority.
Especially if you can get in a line that isn't like closed off. So I know you're not supposed to, but somebody can jump out of the line, go grab the merchandise, and get back. You know, it makes it a lot more efficient use of your time. Yeah.
That means I stand in line and wait, and Holly goes to get the merchandise she wants.
I can't trust Ben to pick
In
up
case
pins. I mean, come on.
It's true. She can't.
So, anything else on characters? Do we want to move to dance party and stage shows? Since they're
that's cool.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So the dance party up until this year has been Incredibles, or the Dancing with Chip and Dale. Honestly, though, I can't remember if that was Christmas or Halloween. That was Christmas, I think, that they had Chip and Dale at the.
Christmas is a bit of a blur.
I know. Ben had food poisoning during our one Christmas party. So, unfortunately, he doesn't remember very much. But anyway, the Incredibles had been hosting a dance party over on the Rocket Tower stage in Tomorrowland. And this year it is Monsters, Inc. Hosting that party. So you can see Mike and Sully over there. I don't know, because we've never really hung out for that. I don't know if you actually have an opportunity to meet those characters after the very short stage show that they put on. I'm guessing that you probably do. They probably come out and mill around a little bit, dance with the kids, etc. So it's probably a good spot for photo ops. And I think it's a good change, honestly, because you've got monsters and Halloween. Like it's kind of like it fits a lot better.
Yeah, and in Tomorrowland,
right?
Where
Where their stuff is at. Yeah, so it makes a lot of sense. There's also the Hocus Pocus stage show, spectacular. Spelltacular, sorry. Yeah, we
That was
haven't
fun, yeah.
we haven't paused for that because we're busy doing other stuff.
Yeah.
But people seem to like it.
Yeah, Hocus Pocus is a big deal.
Yeah, seems to be
at the Disney Halloween parties.
right. Seems to be a big thing. In other nighttime entertainment, the parade. Let's do parade next. The Boo to You Halloween parade is phenomenal, and if you go to this party and you don't see the parade, there's something broken in you.
There's actually
you need to go see it.
And there's 2 parades every night.
Yeah. I mean, as long as it doesn't rain.
Yes.
And it is raining.
weather permitting.
It is raining during the season, so my recommendation always is plan to see the first parade, and then go again to the second parade. Because
and the second parade is historically has much lower attendance, so since it's getting later into the evening, so
so
you
it's
might find a spot that you
but at least you can
better.
see the first parade just in case the second parade rains out.
Because that would be a big bummer.
Yeah. Speaking of raining out, one of the coolest things about this parade is that it's led off by the Headless Horseman.
Yep.
So the Headless Horseman rides from Frontierland down through the Liberty Square, around the hub, and then out Main Street, and that's the direction that the entire parade moves.
And it's not the animated Headless Horseman. It's actually a Headless Horseman dressed up more in colonial garb with a lantern rather than a flaming pumpkin. Still really awesome, though.
It's very cool.
That's cool.
Yeah,
and they do the spooky intro for him on the castle. So
now, obviously, for safety's sake, if there is any water on the ground whatsoever, he will not ride.
Yep.
So that's another thing to kind of like watch the weather, kind of time it out. Like, do you want to see the first parade or the second parade? Do you want to maybe go to both just in case? Because
hi Jessica, hi Amber.
You really and truly you won't see him if it's damp at all. So, yeah. Definitely worth seeing. Definitely be at the parade early enough to catch that.
One of the highlights for me is the Gravediggers.
I love the Gravediggers. They're fantastic.
They're the Gravediggers from the Haunted Mansion. They've got shovels. They're dancing with them, twirling them around, kicking up sparks.
Yeah,
it's
they're
really,
striking
really
the
neat.
pavement
Yeah.
in time.
That's
It's
cool.
really good. Yeah, really good.
Yes.
Of course, there are a lot of villains in the parade, but I wouldn't say that the parade is scary.
Right.
I mean, obviously, it's Mickey's not so scary. So, like, I don't think that there's any concern really.
Spooky.
It's a little slightly eerie, but not like.
It's not like Halloween Horror Nights
nothing
at
like
Universal,
Halloween Horror
from what we've heard.
But
Hi, Brian.
nobody's gonna. I don't think anybody's gonna go and have a problem with their kids being too scared or too freaked out, because it's a very lighthearted party atmosphere. Even when you do see the villains, even if you go and meet and greet the villains, they're really funnier than they are scary.
Yeah.
Like, there are kids that get really scared with the Haunted Mansion. Yeah. They'd probably be fine at the party, even if they don't deal well with that. So, and take them down the trick or treat aisles and give them some candy, and they'll be fine. So,
that's what Holly does with me.
yeah. And then kind of the finale, but not really because other stuff goes on afterwards, is Happy Hollow Wishes. So it's
The fireworks.
similar. Yeah, it's a similar pacing to the old Wishes fireworks show. Assuming that they aren't doing anything to update it for this year, which we haven't seen it.
Ever after.
We haven't seen it yet because it doesn't go off for another hour and a half. But yeah, more than likely, it's probably the same show. It's got the same title and everything. There's been no announcement like, new Hollow Wishes or anything like that. So.
And there is a Hollow Wishes dessert party, of course.
Well, sure.
And that is an additional cost, $79 for adults.
Oh my gosh, really?
$49 for children.
Yeah, on top of the ticket.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow!
Don't just find a spot in front of the castle. You'll be fine. There aren't that many people at the party,
and if
especially in August.
Yeah, and of course this Hollow Wishes would have, of course, Halloween fall type of tasty treats, but there's also tasty festive treats at other locations as well that you don't have to pay for a dessert party for. It's just your normal snacks, but. I was reading a description of some of them, and they sound really good.
We have a listing of them. The Jack Skellington dessert. Skellington? I don't know what it is. It doesn't say. It's at Sleepy Hollow. Somebody go taste it quick. Let us know how it is. There's the Haunted Mansion portrait desserts. Those are at Aloha Isle, Anti-Gravities, Galactic Goodies, Liberty Square Market, and Storybook Treats. There's the Pumpkin Cheesecake Dome at Main Street Bakery and Gaston's Tavern.
Hi, Sean. And
the Candy Corn Soft Serve Ice Cream at Anti-Gravity's Galactic Goodies. Yeah, I know.
Candy corn.
Gross. Oh, no.
And they'll spice up some other things, too. Like, your cinnamon buns could also have, like, orange and black icing on top of it just to make it more festive.
They retheme everything,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
But I've been told, and I'm not sure, how true, but if you do have one of these in mind, to kind of grab them early in case they do run out.
Yeah, because they do make them, they are fresh, so they'll
Right.
make them for the party, so it is limited quantity.
Right.
Just, for any DVC members watching, if you don't have a ticket and you want to kind of see Hallowishes, you can go up to Top of the World and watch it. Just putting that out there.
That's what we'll be doing on our Thursday night.
I know.
Because I'm not getting a party ticket for
I know.
us. So.
I know.
So shall we go on to trick-or-treating?
Trick-or-treating, yeah. Let's do it. Let's go.
So this is one of like the only 2 times a year or 2 occasions that you can dress in costume in a Disney park.
As an adult.
As an adult, yes. I'm sorry, yes.
That's an adult in Disney park dress up is defined as 14 and over, correct? Yes.
Yep.
So just keep that in mind if you're dressing up the kiddos. Your 15-year-old can't. So.
Yeah.
And there's also rules, though, as to what you can be wearing as an adult.
Capes are limited to a certain length.
Right.
No
A
capes.
mask can't cover your entire face.
And if you're dressed as a princess, your gown cannot be dragging on the ground.
Right. You also are not allowed to stop and pose with other guests for
Right.
pictures, and you're not supposed to let other guests take pictures of you.
Or-
Which, good luck policing that.
And I was actually really surprised to even hear this, and obviously it had happened before, or else it didn't need to be brought up, but if you're dressed as a very authentic Disney character and somebody asks for your autograph, you cannot give your autograph.
Wow.
So obviously it has happened before.
Right.
Because why would they have
Right.
to say something?
Exactly.
And I'll tell you, we did the Villains Unleashed party one year over at Hollywood Studios, and there was a guy dressed up as Prospector Pete from Toy Story 2, who Disney should hire him because he was amazing. But it's kind of sad because obviously I did take a picture of him because why wouldn't
How cool,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, exactly. And that he got 600 pictures of him taken that night.
Yep.
But I don't know. If somebody has a really good costume, why would you not, why would you care about that publicity? It doesn't make sense to me. I guess maybe because guests could see it and think that they could go to a party and meet Prospector Pete and he's not there and then they get
that's
upset.
true.
But
And they're disappointed.
yeah, but it just seems like, that's somebody that really went out of their way to do a really great
Yeah.
job on their costume. They should be rewarded and honored for that.
And a lot of people do. You will see a lot of very, very nice costumes
Yeah.
at a Halloween party. They are... The attention to detail
Yeah.
is ridiculous.
And you'll see people like us that totally phone it in. Like last
Yep.
year we wore Incredibles t-shirts.
Yep.
Yeah. And we were like, yes, we're in costume.
No, we didn't do Incredibles. We did superhero T-shirts.
No, we did Incredibles.
Did we do it? No.
Oh, no, you're right, it was. Mine was Incredibles.
Yeah, I had
okay.
Spider-Man.
That's right. I was thinking they were all red.
World's tightest Spider-Man shirt.
Yeah. And that was actually the first time we've even come remotely close to doing a costume because remember, it's Florida and it's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're planning your costume, do not go as the Beast.
I mean...
And don't dress your children as Simba.
No, that's mean. Let them be Tinkerbell.
Here at home in Pennsylvania, that's the ideal costume because it's freezing
Right.
cold on Halloween trick-or-treat night.
But it does not
in
translate to
Central
Florida. It's just not very nice of you to do that.
So, while you've got your costume on, you might want some delicious candy.
Yes.
Disney's got you covered if you're at the Halloween party.
So you're given a bag.
Yep.
But it's a rather small bag, so...
So make sure you take one of those sling backpacks for each
Right.
person.
Or
at
the
your party.
pillowcase off your pillow from your hotel
That'll
room.
work too. Yeah.
So you can empty your bags into larger bags as they get heavier and heavier.
Or buy that Arribas Brothers castle, what is it, $30,000 one that's this big, because they'll give you a giant shopping bag for it,
Oh, nice.
and then you can take the castle out and use the bag.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll work. It's totally worth it. You should do
So
it.
there are trick-or-treat stations, despite this poor advice, there are trick-or-treat stations all throughout Magic Kingdom.
There are.
They are designated with giant glowing pumpkins.
Mickey head pumpkins.
Mickey head pumpkins. It
You
is
can't miss
very
them.
easy to find them.
Yeah.
Well, you can, but you have to try.
Yeah. You'd have to be walking around looking at your shoes.
Approximately 14 of them.
And the
And I have last year's listings if you wanted them, but I don't. You probably have them there, don't you?
Yeah. Everywhere there's a pumpkin head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
they And I think they recently, last year, the last time we went, they upgraded their candy to giving, like, legit awesome candy out. Like, Skittles and stuff like that.
The year before, it was a little iffy.
It was like Werther's Originals really and stuff like that, but they upgraded, and...
well, it is, I think, sponsored by Mars.
Mars and Werther's Original this year.
So, and speaking of the candy, if you have children or yourself that have allergies. Disney does a really, really good job of still allowing you to participate in this trick-or-treat activity. From my understanding, you're given a different color bag. So,
so they know to give you
right. And this,
things.
I don't know if somebody can confirm this. It looks like things might be changing this year. In years past, from what I've been told, if you have the turquoise colored bag, you are given a token. Then for each token that you collect, you get to actually go to a allergy care center, which is one is at Heritage House and one is in Town Hall.
Okay.
And you get to pick your treats, which has every single ingredient listed on the treats.
Wow.
So whether it's a soy allergy, dairy, obviously peanuts, you name it, they have it covered, and the parents can stand there and read the ingredients to every single treat, and you get to trade in every coin that you've collected for a treat for yourself.
That is
wow,
awesome.
Really cool.
Yeah, it's really neat. But what I've thinking that I was reading this year, it almost looked like your color bag might designate a different actual physical treat at the trick-or-treat station.
Oh, okay.
So they might not have the coins this year.
Right. It might be more like a toy type of thing instead of a candy.
Or still candy, but just a
very allergy
friendly
safe candy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I saw conflicting information on that, so I'm not exactly sure.
So we might know more about that after tonight.
Right. So, but we definitely know in years past it was a coin, and you could go and select your own treats that you know that you would be able to eat safely.
Very cool.
Yeah. Yes, it's very nice.
We've talked about this in the past, especially with the dining plan and all the restaurants. Disney is very, very
if you have
concerned
allergies,
about your allergies.
It's the best place to travel because they're very much on top of it, and they have protocols that have to be followed to the letter to make sure that you and your family stay safe while you're eating on Disney property.
Yep. Many options.
Yep. Magic shots.
Oh yes.
Are also really big. So the Headless Horseman shot in front of the castle was actually out last year.
Okay.
And they brought it back again this year. It's pretty cool. It's actually one of my favorite pictures of us
from
last year.
Was that in front of the castle or was that in front of the park?
In front of the train station. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It was outside of the train station, just past the turnstiles.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's one. I understood that they're doing a magic shot with the Boo to You parade in the background.
Oh.
So that sounds pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool.
And the others I'm not sure about, but there are 4 of them. So one is in front of the train station, which should be the Headless Horseman. I doubt that they moved that because that was a really good.
It's
good
really
place.
good.
Yeah.
One is in Town Square. One is like 3/4 of the way up Main Street. The one just in front of Casey's Corner and Edie's ice cream parlor, but towards Town Square from there. And the other one is, golly gee willikers, I lost it. Let me examine my map a little bit more closely.
Yeah.
Oh, it's back near Haunted Mansion.
Oh,
I bet it's with the portraits or the Tiger Walker or something of that nature.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's kind of the perfect place for it. Good job, Disney. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, let's see. Is there anything else about the party that we want to talk about? I think we pretty much.
Yeah. Going over
The rides that are open.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we should talk about the rides real quick. Rides that are open. Sorcerer of the Magic Kingdom is running, of course. Town Square Theater meet and greets are still going on with Halloween costumes. In Adventureland, you can visit Swiss Family Treehouse, Magic Carpets of Aladdin, and Pirates of the Caribbean. So Jungle Cruise is down, Tiki Room is down. I think Tiki Room is a trick-or-treat spot.
So is Jungle Cruise.
Oh yeah. Yep, that's right.
So they're both. So pretty much, if you see a ride is not in operation,
it's
probably going to get. You're probably going to get a treat there.
Right. So still go.
Yes.
In Frontierland, you're going to be able to see Big Thunder Mountain and Country Bear Jamboree. So Splash is down. Not a good time to do that. And
Splash is Splash is a
treat. Yeah. Also, Tom Sawyer's Island is closed, so you won't be able to ride the rafts, which you can't do after dark anyway. So that's not.
Leah
really
confirms Tiki is trick or treat.
Okay.
Thank you, Leah.
Yeah, I think we got treats there last year. I recall that. In Fantasyland, It's a Small World, Peter Pan's Flight, Carousel, Under the Sea, Barnstormer, Dumbo, Mad Tea Party, Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and Princess Fairy Tale Hall, all in operation. So Fantasyland is where the bulk of the rides are open. It's also where the bulk of the wait times are going to be. And they will be shorter, but honestly, Peter Pan's Flight's still a long line. Mine Train wasn't bad last year.
It wasn't. It was actually nice. Because we'd only ridden Mine Train via Fast Pass, and we actually got to go through the queue.
Which was kind of cool. And I think we
didn't have a choice. We had to go through the queue.
We only waited like 20, 25 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad at all.
Leah says Carousel Progress is trick or treat.
Yes, it is.
Tomorrowland, Monsters Inc., Laugh Floor, Tomorrowland Speedway, Space Mountain, Astro Orbiter, and Tomorrowland Transit Authority and Buzz Lightyear are all open.
Yeah.
So lots of opportunities to ride there. And you will find that the lines are shorter. And some of the reason the lines are shorter is there aren't any Fast Passes. So from 7 o'clock on, Fast Pass is closed for the day, and it's all walk-on, standby. With regard to Fast Passes, there's some conflicting information out there right now because
we have Melissa on the job.
You used to be able to make Fast Passes on your party ticket. And you can make them from 4 to 7 without using an admission for that day for any park. What's happened to a couple people this year is you used to be able to make them as long as some part of your Fast Pass fell within the 4 to 7 time frame. We've heard a couple people who have made Fast Pass reservations at 3:30 to 4:30 or 3:50 to 4:50, and Disney has canceled them because they are not. The entire Fast Pass isn't within the bounds of that party ticket. We've also heard reports of people, if like, let's say I'm going to the parks, I'm going to be at Disney Monday through Friday, and I'm going to go to a park on Monday, do a Halloween party Tuesday, park Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I have 5 opportunities to make Fast Passes based on that information. If I make my Fast Passes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's going to tell me by Friday I'm out of tickets because it's going to use one of my regular days on Tuesday, not my not my special ticket admission.
Yeah, and in turn, they're canceling your Fast Passes for a regular day.
Right.
Not good.
So
just
be careful.
Just don't do it.
Yeah, I would say, honestly, I'd say don't even bother with Fast Passes during the party. Like, I know people are using them to try to cram as much in as they possibly can, but if you're using Fast Passes during that 4 to 7 time frame, you're sacrificing the ability to get up close to the front of the line on one of your character meet and greets so that you can get multiple characters in.
Or get merchandise.
Right.
Or get food.
Right. And let's face it, chances are the party is not the only time you're going to Magic Kingdom. Right. Unless you've been a bajillion times and you don't care about only having that time at Magic Kingdom.
Right.
If that's the case, you really don't need the Fast Passes. Like, you use your Fast Passes a different day. In Magic Kingdom, unless you're going at an extremely crowded time, you really can get through that park with limited Fast Passes and not have a problem. All you have to do is show up early. Mm-hmm. If you go in at Rope Drop, you can hit all of Adventureland and Frontierland without waiting more than about 10-15 minutes at 10:30 in the morning. You know, as long as you're there at Rope Drop, you can get 2 lands completely covered. Save 3 Fast Passes for Fantasyland. You'll really have like maybe 1 attraction all day that you wait in any kind of reasonable line for. It's not that bad. Like, I see people doing the Fast Pass jockeying thing, and it's almost like a game. Like, how many can I get today? I just encourage you to kick back and relax and enjoy your trip, and stop being glued to your phone to see how many Fast Passes you can get, because you're missing it. You're missing the fun.
Hi, Jeff.
Soapbox.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
This entire table is built on a soapbox.
It really is. Any other Mickey's Not So Scary thoughts?
If you're staying at the Contemporary, just a reminder, you can walk home from the party. This is a double-edged sword because if it starts raining, you are going to be walking home in the rain. We discovered this the hard way. So just keep that in mind.
You know that scene in Inside Out where Sadness is talking about rain running down your back and Riley's standing there with her galoshes filled with water? That's what we felt like walking back to the Contemporary after the Halloween party.
Except that movie wasn't out at that point, so we didn't have a frame of reference.
We had no galoshes, but we were just, like, I felt like I was literally walking in a puddle. It was bad.
It was pretty bad. On the other hand, raining, party closing down, they were all about handing out large amounts of candy.
So much candy, it's not even funny.
Every time I've gone to a Disney Halloween party, I have had candy that I ended up chucking.
Yeah.
If you know me, that's not something that happens.
Yeah, but they were literally like, candy. See this barrel we're handing candy out from? Here, just take the barrel. Like, they were just done. They were so over it by that time.
Leah's saying that she thinks Splash Mountain is down for refurb for almost all the Halloween parties this year.
Oh, it very well may be. Yeah.
It is down to November 15th.
Oh, wow.
Okay. No splashy.
No Splash Mountain.
Okay.
All right.
Very fine.
I mean, that covers most of the party, I think.
Yeah, we'll be back with some Christmas party coverage later in the season. I think really close to the start date of the Christmas parties as well. So if you're going to a Christmas party, make sure you tune in for that. We'll give you the lowdown as much as we've got.
I have a question for you. I know they do. What days of the week do they do the parties?
I think the Halloween party is Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, we've run into this before, where they can be extremely crowded. Like, they sold all the tickets crowded. And is there any rhyme or reason to is there a day that works better during the week for not having 10 hojillion people in line with you to meet Jack and Sally?
The line for Jack and Sally is going to be long no matter what.
I know,
Go at 4:30, get in line.
Yeah.
But in a perfect world, where no party gets rained out and the weather is absolutely gorgeous all the time, Tuesday, like the first 3 Tuesdays in September are probably going to be your lightest party crowds, followed by the first 3 Thursdays in September. Friday, you're going to catch a lot of locals that, they're getting off work and they're going out to the party. Sunday should be not too terrible, but then you get a lot of people that are coming in for the week. The first thing they want to do is hit that Halloween party.
Yep.
So I'm going to say aim for a Tuesday, but here's the thing. If the Sunday night party gets rained out, a lot of people will go up and complain, and they might, depending on how bad it gets rained out, sometimes they give them passes to come back later in the week.
Yep.
You might end up with a whole bunch of people that got rained out on Sunday coming to your Tuesday party.
Yeah.
It's just how it happens.
Just keep that in mind when you're planning for a party. And
I mean, I would even go so far as to say, like, a party's a great thing to schedule, like, same day or the day before if there are still tickets available. Like, get down there and make sure it's not a sold-out party, and then buy your tickets.
Yeah. And also, oh, heck, what was I going to say? Don't go to that week of Halloween.
No.
Just don't.
As you see the price get more expensive, the reason it gets more expensive is because the party's more in demand. More people will be there.
Yes.
You might think, oh, the price is more expensive, more people will go to the cheaper party. No, that's false. The reason the party's cheap in September and cheap in August is because Disney's like, friggin' nobody wants to go to a Halloween party the first week of September. First of all, it's 800 degrees here. Second of all,
it's 8,000% humidity.
Right. And third, it's not close to October.
Yeah.
So, yeah, September's your best bet.
Yeah.
For sure.
Good bet. August probably not terrible either. Now.
Yeah, tonight's probably terrible because every media outlet, like everybody that does what we do, except they live in Florida, they're all there tonight.
Yes.
Why
Disney
aren't we?
are there? I know.
Crap.
I know.
We should have flown down.
Hey, family podcast. Watch your language.
So, anyway, it's today's like Media Central. I think the cast members get in free on the first night or something. So
there you go.
The first night is usually insane. The second party through about the 10th party, maybe. Yeah, let's say the first through the 10th party. You're in good shape. Go ahead, you'll be fine.
What snacks do they have at the party? Did we talk about that?
Yeah. Specialty food.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I mean, but then did they do no snacks? No free snacks?
No, the Halloween candy.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
the
right.
snacks
Sorry.
are at the Christmas party.
Sorry, brain fart.
Yeah.
I apologize, Internet.
I know. I understand because you were very indisposed with the Christmas party, so all you remember is me eating lots of cookies and drinking lots of cocoa. So, that's pretty much wraps up the Mickey's Not So Scary.
Yep.
Have you been?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't go yet? Okay.
No.
You've been.
I've been.
What do you think, value-wise?
It's a good time.
Yeah.
I would do it every other year rather than every year. I enjoy Halloween. It's not like, like I don't dress up or anything because that requires effort. But I really enjoy all the spooky decorations out. I enjoy the new characters. I enjoy seeing people in costumes. It's a really neat time. The merchandise is sometimes really cool. Sometimes it's lame. I can't ever wear the t-shirts, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. Parade's great. I think honestly think it's really, really good. Having gone like 2 or 3 times, like, let's find the discount tickets. Let's go to the cheaper cheap seats, as it were. And I'm not as afraid of just like if it's raining, like, nope, we can go home. It's okay.
Yeah, because we've done.
Or if you want to leave a little bit early to beat the crowds to all of the transportation.
Or stay till the very end, because honestly, it's midnight. Mm-hmm. The kids crap out by right after Hollow Wishes. There will be a flood of people, mass exodus out of the park. So I say wait until about 12:45. Party's over at 12. You can stay in a Disney park for about an hour after closing, and in fact, the shops are actually still open often. Now, merchandise, it could be, like, specialty merchandise could be hit or miss. They might take that away at midnight, so I wouldn't count on...
be selling out. Not
But they may only have a certain amount allocated for each party. Yeah, so I'm really not sure. We've never tested the limits on that, so I'm not 100% sure on that.
We don't want to be the reason a new rule is made.
Right.
So,
so we try to, not wait on that if we want something, but... yeah, definitely, like, hang back in the park. If you took a nap during the day and you decided, like, hey, we're gonna get there and we're gonna go crazy all night, we're staying the whole time because we paid for this ticket, darn it, we're gonna get our use out of it, then stay. Wait. Let the whole crowd clear out, and then you'll have no problem getting home. It's good. So, that's pretty much on Not So Scary. I like Not So Scary.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge Halloween fan. But I enjoy the trick-or-treating. I really love the parade.
I love the candy.
Yeah,
the parade's really good.
The parade's amazing. I will tell you, spoiler alert, I like the Christmas party better. It's just more my speed. I prefer the meet and greets at the Christmas party. I like the snacks better at the Christmas party. I'm just, all around, that's my preferred party. But this one's nice too. I mean, we've been like 3 times and I have had a good time every time. So
how long do you think before they find out that they can, like, run some sort of special summer party or something? Yeah,
before long, Halloween party is actually going to run from July through the end of September. And then the Christmas party will start October 1st.
It'll be like Uncle Sam's Country Jamboree or something like that for a celebration of all countries, but mostly America.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
So it's totally going to happen.
All right, so with that, we are opening a storefront for the Magic Shares Travel. So I wanted to announce that. It's going to be located at 207 3rd Street in Hanover. It's actually on the corner of 3rd and High Streets. And we're going to be hosting a grand opening there on Saturday, October 7th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. So we'll be reminding everybody of that every week. So stop by and visit us and see the new space. It's going to be nice. I'm excited about it. And let's see, next week we're going to be talking about Food and Wine Festival, which is also a great fall event. And hopefully we'll have pretty complete menu information at that point. And then tonight's fun fact is about Carousel of Progress, which is closed during the Halloween party.
But you get candy there.
But you get candy. Candy's good. So the next time you're at Carousel of Progress, and go. It's a good show. You should see it.
It's like 20 minutes sitting down in the air conditioning. Yeah, it's a good show.
And it's really, like, there's so much Disney history wrapped up in that show. It's just a really cool thing to see. And I know, today's youth that would sit through it and be like, that was boring.
Youths.
Youths. That was boring. I want to do something else. Let's ride Space Mountain. It's just part of the diversity of Walt Disney World that not every attraction has to be a thrill ride. That there are great little nuggets of fun all around the park that are calm and relaxing. Can the disembodied voice behind the camera tell them something? Sure.
Bugs Bunny is in the Carousel of Progress.
Yes.
Mel Blanc apparently did like one line of dialogue as Cousin Orville in the bathtub, and they have used that in the attraction ever since. So if you wanted to listen to Bugs Bunny at Walt Disney World, that's your chance.
Which is a rare treat.
It is.
Another little Easter egg in Carousel of Progress. In the springtime scene, there are 2 robins in the tree outside the window. And those 2 robins are the animatronic robins from Mary Poppins.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Oh. Also, in the final scene where Dad burns the turkey, oops, spoiler alert, there is a whiteboard / corkboard kind of thing over on the right-hand side, all the way on the far right. And it was a joke among the Imagineers that Marty Sklar, who passed away recently, would call constantly asking for changes on this attraction and asking for improvements. So there's a note pinned to the board that said, Marty called, wants changes. So the next time you're at Carousel of Progress, those are your 3 homework assignments to look for. The Robins, Mel Blanc as Cousin Orville, and the Marty called, wants changes sign.
Howard, which factor you get outing? Let's see if he answers.
Well, on a personal note, my very, very first trip to Disney World 30 plus years ago, there's 5 things I remember. One is my very first chocolate covered strawberry at the confectionery. Another one was breakfast with the characters, because back then there was one breakfast with the characters. Number 3 would be It's a Small World, like 7 or 8 times. My dad could probably tell you exactly how many times, because he reminds me of that every time we talk about It's a Small World. 4 would be getting to the front of the line of Space Mountain and chickening out and walking back with my mom.
Yeah, buddy.
Walk of shame.
Yeah, I never even made it to the front of the line. You did better than I did.
Yeah. But I remember Carousel of Progress. And that was, like I said, 30 plus years ago. And so even as a youth, that's one of my memories of Disney World was Carousel of Progress.
It was my favorite attraction in Magic Kingdom when I was a kid. And it was actually the very first attraction that Ben and I went on our honeymoon trip. And it was
because it was the only thing that didn't have a line.
Didn't have a line. And it was the one where they notified us that the park was at capacity for the day. So so it's got Carousel of Progress has a very special place in our hearts, and
very crowded place in our hearts.
Right. And actually, my absolute favorite attraction as a kid at Walt Disney World was Horizons at Epcot. And Horizons was actually the sequel to Carousel of Progress. So it was taking not this particular family, but taking a similar family and placing them in the future in different environments. So that's why Carousel of Progress is very near and dear to me, because it's the only part of that Horizons concept that's still left in Walt Disney World. Plus, it's a 1964 World's Fair attraction. Very, very cool. And in fact, the intro video. You see the Sherman Brothers turn around, and there's a very quick cut after that on the video outside. And it was because General Electric was the original sponsor of Carousel of Progress, and they had General Electric on the back of their jackets to try to sell the idea, because it was actually a sales video. So they just changed the cut so that they could continue to use it for the attraction after the sponsorship ended. Very interesting. So.
All right.
Yeah. So anyway, that's just a little bit about this awesome attraction. Don't pass it by just because it's inside and you can't see what it is, or think it's old-fashioned, or it is old-fashioned, but it's really cool. Go check it out.
By the way, that just spoiled half of the Tomorrowland podcast. All right, guys.
Anyway, thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you next week for Food and Wine.
See you next week.